Hey guys, today we're gonna. No, never mind. Okay, hang on. Let's just both start the camera, and it'll be like what's there when we like. Hey guys, today we're gonna be explaining how you can get into running and our personal stories and journeys.
Right.
How we got started.
Hopefully we keep this video under 10 minutes.
Yeah, so that
Speed round.
to be convenient for you
Yeah.
and concentrate all the information
Okay.
if there's that much information. But
All right. So let's get started. Okay. So I've been running 5 years. In my 5th year, something like that. All right. When I started running, I could run maybe not even a full mile, and I started running July of 2018. So couldn't run even a full mile. I plan on joining cross country, so I worked my way up to 4 miles just before the cross country season began, and that was in August. So I did that, started running. My cousin sort of encouraged me to join cross country, and I sort of always kind of wanted to do it at the same time. So did that, started running, started doing cross country, really got into it, and yeah, just sort of stuck with it for quite a while.
yeah, I started more recently. I started really in the spring of 2020 during mostly during COVID lockdown. I got into running, and similar to Angelo, I could just make it a lap around the track when I started. I could make it a quarter mile, and then I couldn't do much after that. I could jog short distances, but I just got exhausted. And the way I started getting better is I just started trying to jog, not just the most important thing when you're trying to start is go at a sustainable pace of jogging that you can just go without stopping.
There's this thing
walking.
our coach would always say, and to new guys, he's like, I don't care how slow you're running as long as you're not walking, because you're not going to get better at running by walking.
Yeah.
So because if we got better at running by walking, we'd all be superstars, because we walk all the time. So you have to run, but you can be running as slow as walking pace, which is possible.
You can jog slower than walking pace.
Honestly, you just have to have, I think to be running, you have to have no feet on the ground at some point.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, but yeah.
I think it's no feet, right?
Yeah. But say you just want to try running or get into running, try making it say you go to the track, try making it around the track without stopping.
I could confidently say in about 2 weeks, most people should be able to do about a mile. About 2 weeks.
And it took me less than that. It was okay. Actually, I don't know, but
And once you get that first mile down, it just becomes all right, let's go for 2.
Yeah.
And it's not as hard as it sounds.
The first mile, when I first found out I could run a mile, I was okay, let's see how many laps I can do in a row, and I did a whole mile, and I was oh my gosh, and it was 9 minutes 18 seconds. And I was that felt really good. I think I could probably do it again, and I did it again, and it was 9 minutes 4 seconds, and I was oh my gosh, I can run a mile.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and after that clicks in your head how whatever. What you can do, it's just a lot more encouraging, and you want to see how far you can take it.
Mm-hmm.
And
henceforth, now we're doing 26.2 miles.
Yeah, and it's if you start getting tired, you slow down. You don't stop,
right? Unless
you're dying, and
right. Unless there's a point where you might need to stop.
Yeah,
you gotta know your limits.
I mean, stopping is okay, especially when you're starting and you're trying to learn. But
right,
but
don't be discouraged by weight. I see some heavier guys get into running, heavier people.
Yeah,
I
weighed I was in the 250s, 260s when I started running.
And also don't be discouraged by maybe pains, especially cramps. I've heard of people, get the cramp their first run. Oh, I'm not built for running. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's just a cramp. A little bit of it typically comes from a breathing irregularity. You're good. Maybe we'll make another video on cramps and injuries.
Yeah, and there's so many like excuses people have for not running.
Yeah.
Another big thing is like asthma and breathing problems.
There was a guy on our cross country team that had asthma.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's one of our fastest kids.
Yeah, he did take drugs to
keeps an inhaler on him.
Keeps an inhaler on him and whatever, but it was never really an issue. He never had any issues. So.
And it's not that.
In fact, he never complained. He's a complainer. No offense, Devin. Love you.
Yeah.
But he complained quite a bit. He never complained about breathing issues though. So I've only heard him complain about his ankles, his shins, which is a whole nother story. So
yeah, and it's not to say that like your breathing problems aren't real, because they are, but it's like once you there's like a method to like, the more you practice it, the more you learn how to breathe efficiently. Like
you learn oxygen debt.
Yeah, and like I don't know, it's kind of a conspiracy theory, but like breathing through your nose and out your mouth, breathing in your nose and out your mouth.
I don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, but it's really healthy. You're meant to breathe through your nose. Your mouth is just an extra hole for eating. I'm serious. Anyways, breathe through your mouth as much as you want when you're learning how to run, though.
Yeah, I still do that.
Yeah,
subconsciously, I think. Yeah.
What else? Shoes. If you go to we kind of have a local running store here, but
just go. You have a local running store. Go there.
Yeah.
They'll fit you into something. Make sure you get something you like, something that not looks good but feels good.
Yeah,
we might make another video on that, because there's also things such as support shoes, different brands and different types, carbon plates, etc., etc.
Yeah, and that was like something that like a big running guru taught us, is like, it doesn't matter what the shoes look like.
It matters what they feel like.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, Chris has these ultra shoes. They're zero drop. Something that, I may go into it again in another video. Zero drop, he likes that. My shoes, I buy Asics, strictly only Asics these days, because I find that they do well with my legs and I don't get hurt as much. So
yeah,
it just depends on who you are.
I know I started with a pair of Saucony rides. Saucony is a really good brand, so is Asics and Brooks as well.
A lot of really good brands out there. Hoka, Nike, whatever you like, whatever fits. Don't be like, oh my god. Like, some people like love Nike, some people hate Nike, right? Like, I've seen this.
Nike.
No, what I'm saying is, don't let that like cloud your judgment. Go in there, put on the Nike. You like Nikes, but maybe it doesn't feel too well. The Asics feels better, and you don't like Asics as much, but it feels better. You should grab the Asics. Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah. What else? Injury prevention. Maybe before you go on that jog,
do some stretches.
Warm up a little, stretch a little, just get your
legs
loose.
Those are the basics when you're starting to run. Warm up, stretch a little.
Yeah.
Well, again, maybe we'll make another video on more stuff like that, like stretches and rolling out and ice baths and crap like that.
Yeah. And another thing to remember is like, say you stretch before you run, or say you haven't done any activity and you go to stretch. It's like trying to stretch cold taffy. Sometimes you gotta do a little warm up, maybe like walk a little, just like get your muscles.
We typically do around 10 minutes of a warm up.
Yeah, we literally run an entire mile, like we jog a whole mile and then stretch.
And like that may sound bad to someone that's starting. Jogging a mile, trust me, it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Especially when you do it friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about speed when you're doing your warm up.
Yeah.
So.
What else?
I don't know. Don't got much else.
If it's really sunny, slap on some sunscreen,
I don't do that.
It might not be a big deal now, but when you're older, you'll have skin cancer and have to remove your skin.
Chris's grandfather would be so proud of him right now.
Yeah, that's what he told me. Anyways, what was the other thing? Sunscreen and Yeah, don't push yourself too hard in really hot weather, or
Yeah, I've seen guys, especially when they're new, push themselves really hard, especially when they start.
yeah.
So like, and they puke.
Yeah. Another thing, drink a lot of water.
Oh yeah.
Not necessarily beforehand.
Don't drink so much. Like, don't drink a lot beforehand, because then you will. Especially
Yeah.
if you're a new runner and your stomach ain't used to that.
I recommend giving yourself at least an hour after you eat or drink anything before you
Well,
go for a run.
with the exception of water, you can drink a little bit of water and whatever. It's good for you to drink a little bit of
Yeah.
that as you need it, but don't like drink a whole gallon.
Yeah. Or don't like drink like a whole Monster Energy before your 5K.
Didn't you do something like that?
I did that once. Like I had like one of those the extra big monsters like a half hour before my 5K. And
I can generally go about half hour before running. I can eat something, but that's just me.
yeah, I don't like having anything in my stomach unless it's.
I oftentimes eat a little snack before my runs, like a little granola bar or something like that. Just give me a little bit of nutrition before I go.
Yeah, but especially afterwards, just make sure you're keeping hydrated. I think you're supposed to drink half your body weight in ounces a day.
Yeah.
And that's if you're not working out. If you're working out, you should be drinking more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if either of us like actually stick to that, but we drink water regularly. So.
Yeah. Don't do drugs. That's not gonna help.
Yeah.
Gatorade after you run. Eat after you're done running.
Yeah.
Get yourself a good meal.
But yeah, don't be. You know, if it's like something you've always wanted to try and you've been like holding back, like in the next week, like make some time. Maybe go out to a track, see how far you can jog, or even like just in your neighborhood.
Go to a park. That's where the real fun's at.
Yeah, parks are great. Parks are so fun to run in.
Yeah.
Or if you know like a local nature trail.
Go for a nice stroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think we're over the time we wanted to be at, but
that's a good summary, I think.
Yeah.
But
we'll dive into more stuff like stretching gear.
Yeah.
In another video, you know, maybe workouts, training plans.
Yeah. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.
Hope people watch.
They will.
All right.